Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have a chess miniature to share with you from round 2 of the 2025 FIDE World Cup. This was played today, November 5th. On the white end, Baadur Jobava, playing against Quang Liem. Alright, this is game 2 of 2, classical time controls. In game 1, they drew. With d4, we have the Scotch game. This is only a 22 move encounter. Something clearly goes wrong fast for white. Play continues with Queen f6. 2 attackers on the knight. It goes to f5 here. I want to draw some attention to this top move, knight b5. How would you address the threat to c7? Well, at first you would ignore it and generate a stronger threat. Checkmate in 1. Best from here would be to do something about f2, cover it straight away with, let's say, queen e2. Knight captures pawn here, the king would step over, and then there would be 2 problems, and white would not be able to solve both. So if we carry this line out with queen e2, this would be black's way to secure c7. And note here, if white tries to influence this defense of c7 with bishop e3, there's queen captures b2, problem for the rook. If a couple knight moves are first included, the knight move offsetting this jump to d5, and only then bishop e3, okay, there's no queen takes b2 now, but what you could do in response to bishop e3 is play bishop a5, and the bishop is around to secure c7. Note there's no time to rattle that bishop post on a5. With a3 and b4, black is there first, scaring the knight away. All right, in this game, the response to queen f6, knight f5, and from here we have bishop b4 check, a nice move to include here. This disrupts this knight's natural development to c3. The move here is pawn to c3. Now, if you block with the bishop, there's queen captures b2. Okay, white plays c3, and now the bishop goes back here to c5. Mission accomplished, the c pawn gets in the way of the knight. Follow up, bishop e3. Pop quiz, how would you respond here? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, top follow-up. Continue to develop. We have here d6. Now, if you're capturing on e3, the knight recaptures. That's a very good square for the knight, and nearby, maybe the knight's going to drop into d5. So let's not attract this knight to a nice square here on e3. Instead, keep the foot on the gas, continue to develop. d6, bishop defended, light square, bishop ready to go. Follow-up is bishop captures bishop, and now bishop captures knight. From here, white went into a big think, spent about 52 minutes, and decided on pawn captures bishop. This is the top move. Now, what other moves might have been considered? Well, considered second best by Stockfish 17.1, that is, it's looking at queen f3, and some knight move to e7, or even the capture of the bishop. Let's just look at this line here. Evaluation is reading about minus 0.6. Okay, still certainly a game. Another move that probably wasn't considered for a great length of time was bishop captures pawn. In response to bishop captures pawn here, strong reply would be queenside castle. The bishop isn't going anywhere. Rook is going to be on an open file, position opening up. White still all pieces on the back rank. Okay, not an appealing position there for white. At the end of the day, after 52 minutes or so, we have pawn captures bishop, pawn captures bishop, bishop b5, knights connected, and move 11, we have here same sides castles game, halfway point of the game. Another pop quiz. How would you continue here? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, white continues with queen f3, and this ends up getting white in some hot water. A better option is to develop the knight to a3, eyeing the c4 square. Knight d2, there's this somewhat irritating pin. All right, it's looking at knight a3. Knight a3, queen captures pawn, evaluation there about minus 0.5. Black's up a pawn, but it's not the healthiest pawn. Doubled c pawns here. All right, in this game, queen f3 is played. And the idea here is to sort of interfere with black trying to collect this f5 pawn. Defense, and some pressure here on c6. So an idea here could be to meet queen captures f5 with bishop captures knight. And you can't take with a knight, the queen would hang. Resolving this tension, you're going to be down a piece. Bishop would recapture. And if you have to play in this way, well, this is clearly not attractive to have tripled c-pawns. So this is part of the idea behind queen f3. There's something that was overlooked, though. This knight can move, and does so, to e5 with tempo, and white's idea is to swipe this b2 pawn, or b7 pawn, and this is turning out to just be a poison pawn. White is completely lost after this. It says from here, best is to play to queen e4 or e2. Okay, this was not the idea all along. White goes ahead and picks up the b pawn. Another pop quiz, which rook would you place on b8 here? Pause the video if you'd like. All right, the correct way is with the queen rook. Keep this king rook right next to the king. It's defended. Also, this just looks awkward as well. This rook now doesn't have a single move. Much more flexible to go with the queen rook. That's what we have in the game. Queen a6 follows. Note, in this position here, if you went with the other rook, a strong move would be queen e4. And there's no time to take the bishop. The rook would fall. Tactical liability. So it's the queen rook that goes to b8. Queen a6 follows, and you can avoid the queen exchange. c6 is played here. 3 pieces supporting this advance. Bishop has to find a new home. e2 it is, and now the other b pawn is tracked, and a wild rook appears here on the second rank. None of the pawns here on the queen side at this stage are looking so bright. This is a lost position for white. Very good knight, queen post, rook post. All right, from here we have f4, noting a positive and negative behind f4. Okay, the knight is demoted. That's a positive for white, but the negatives, okay, this rook's eyes have opened up a bit more. It now indirectly hits at the heart of white's king side. Additionally, e3, after this f4 move, e3 is a hole. And there are some lines where this knight can quickly pounce on this square. An octopus knight right around the corner. From here, bishop f3, knight captures f5, and white continues with knight a3. Now, if white goes with something else, I mean, at some point, white's going to have to develop. The position is wide open, and there's a disconnect between the rooks. This is not a good sign. Rather than knight a3, if white picks up this pawn here with the bishop or the queen, first of all, taking with the bishop, you're working yourself into a pin. Knight e3 is there straight away. Knight e3 would be there even after queen captures c6. So let's see what this looks like. Knight e3, see why this can be so powerful. If white takes the knight. There's knight captures rook. King takes, queen captures pawn. This is way too much to handle. Backward development. Completely winning position there for black. If white goes with a queen exchange, look at this knight. Hitting the rook and also looking to track the cornered rook. Knight c2 nearby. And this is a big problem. Rook f2, exchange rooks, and then knight c2, rook is falling next. If white tries to be a little clever here with this line, with rook e1, knight c2, and then this pin, you take time out to secure your rook, and next up, knight captures rook. Okay, how it plays out in this one, at this stage here, we have knight a3, queen takes c3, multiple checks in the air now for the queen. Follow up, queen captures c6, queen takes knight, white, or excuse me, black here preserves the knight, knight b5, and from here queen b4 is played. If queen a5, okay, maybe white could maintain this knight position for just a little bit more, but with queen b4, there is no rook b1 idea. What to do with the knight? In this game, it captures the a7 pawn. Trying something else, knight d6 would run into queen d4. That's a check, and the knight would be hit for a second time. In this game, it's knight takes a7, follow up knight d4, you're on the queen, queen d6, final pop quiz, what's your move here? Pause the video if you'd like. Okay, a very nice finishing touch to this one. This is move 22, queen d2, and white resigns. The threat here, knight captures bishop, check, removing the defense of g2 with queen takes g2, mate. If white, let's say, moves the bishop, this here is the other idea. You could still play knight f3, or in this case, knight e2, landing a check, and the queen will fall. That's a very slick move here, queen d2. If you want to try and address both of those threats, checkmate on g2 or the loss of the queen with king h1, you're going to lose a piece. Knight captures bishop is there. You have to resolve this tension first. And after queen takes queen, the knight gets out of danger and does the recapturing. You're up a piece here and completely winning. On the rook, ready to swipe this pawn. Easy victory from here. Okay, only a 22 mover here out of this Scotch game. Your thoughts with this one? Feel free as usual to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.